You're lying there on the couch, phone in hand, seriously wondering whether the trip to the fridge counts as a light workout. Well, I have news for you. You already know that walking burns a few calories, but did you know that simply stepping outside and moving your legs literally makes your brain grow and can block Alzheimer's right from the start? Or that a plain old walk prevents diabetes more effectively than a sweaty jogging session? Buckle up, because today we're going through the 10 physical changes that happen when you walk every day. Some of them are going to sound almost like magic. For example, that walking saves your eyes and makes back pain disappear. But science has proven it in black and white. However, you can't just shuffle through the park like a zombie and hope for a miracle. There's a system behind all of this. So stay with me until the end, because I'm going to reveal what's called the FIT formula. It's your exact scientific blueprint based on frequency, intensity, and time. And it guarantees you precisely these results without wasting a single second of your life. Let's jump straight into the 10th benefit, right at the top, the reboot of your brain. The University of Kansas uncovered a frightening truth in a study. Sitting too much accelerates the onset of dementia and Alzheimer's. Over 35 million people currently suffer from it, and that number is expected to double in 20 years. But here's the mechanism that the fitness industry prefers to keep quiet. It's about the volume of your hippocampus, the command center for memory and learning. When you walk, you don't just burn off your breakfast, you also trigger the release of neurotrophic factors. You literally pump blood to the brain and stimulate the growth of new neural blood vessels and cells. People who walk simply turn back the clock on brain shrinkage. You are physically building yourself a bigger, more resilient brain. The 9th benefit is the reduction of eye pressure. That sounds completely impossible at first, but the mechanics behind it are undeniable. Walking genuinely saves your eyesight. How on earth can moving your legs repair your eyes? It all comes down to pressure. Glaucoma, also known as the green cataract, is the silent thief of vision caused by a dangerous buildup of fluid in the eye. Imagine a dam on the verge of bursting, threatening to crush your optic nerve. The Glaucoma Research Foundation has confirmed this life-saving connection. Walking acts as a kind of secondary pump for your body. It regulates blood flow and systematically lowers the pressure inside the eye. While extremely intense, high-impact training can sometimes raise that pressure to dangerous levels. Walking stabilizes it. You are literally walking away from blindness. That brings us to the 8th benefit, the cardio-protective shield. We've all been conditioned to believe that our heart only gets a real workout when we run until we're out of breath. The American Heart Association sees things completely differently. When it comes to preventing coronary heart disease and strokes, walking is exactly as effective as running. Let me say that again, exactly as effective. The trick lies in blood pressure modulation. A daily half-hour walk acts like a natural beta blocker. It widens the arteries, lowers bad cholesterol, and pumps oxygen-rich blood throughout your entire system. You're essentially scrubbing your arteries clean from the inside without the massive cortisol spike triggered by extreme endurance training. In 7th place, we look at the lungs because walking significantly expands your lung capacity. Your lungs are like filters, but when you spend the whole day sitting, the air stagnates inside them. Walking is the breathing catalyst here. It forces your diaphragm to work harder and directly increases oxygen flow into your bloodstream. But the real hidden benefit is the elimination of toxins. Through the deep, rhythmic breathing during a walk, you literally push out old exhaust gases that have accumulated deep down in your lungs. You flush your entire respiratory system clean in one go, and that massively strengthens your immune system as a side effect. The stress caused by lung disease weakens your defenses, but walking builds a solid barrier here. So if you want to stop getting sick all the time, stop sitting in stale indoor air and start airing out your lungs. At the 6th benefit, the science gets truly shocking because we arrive at the reset of your pancreas. Duke University conducted a 6-month study and put runners and walkers head-to-head. The result? The walkers won, and by a landslide. They showed a 6-fold greater improvement in glucose tolerance compared to the runners. 6 times. The mechanism behind this is an absolutely efficient insulin sensitivity. When you sprint, your body burns sugar in an extremely fast, almost furious way. But when you walk, you train your body to process sugar highly efficiently over a longer period of time. That allows your pancreas to produce less insulin overall, which gives this vital organ a much-needed rest. Especially if you're at the pre-diabetic stage, running could completely burn you out, while walking can quite simply save your life. The fifth benefit improves your digestive engine. Your gut is a muscle, and the rule is simple. If you don't move, it doesn't move either. A massive study involving over 150,000 people showed a very dark correlation. People who only sit die more often from colon cancer. Active people survive. Walking stimulates what's called peristalsis, the wave-like muscle contractions that push your food through the digestive tract. Just 30 minutes a day regulates your digestion and drastically reduces the risk of colon cancer. And even if the worst happens and you receive a diagnosis, walking statistically increases your chances of survival. You are literally helping your body take out the trash in a purely mechanical way. Benefit number 4, I call the muscle illusion. Many people think they need an expensive gym membership to tone their body, but 10,000 steps can easily compete with a gym session if they're done correctly. Most people literally destroy their bodies through hard impact forces. They tear muscle fibers and inflame their joints, which then requires days of recovery. Walking, on the other hand, is the stealth bomber of fitness. It spares the body. There is absolutely no recovery time needed. You can genuinely do it every single day without exception. But you absolutely must pay attention to your form. Spine stays straight, elbows are bent at 90 degrees, and you stabilize your pelvis. The third benefit is the strengthening of your skeleton. Your bones are living tissue and they respond to stress and load. If you don't use them, they slowly dissolve. That's what we call osteoporosis. The Arthritis Foundation recommends 30 minutes of walking per day just to reduce joint inflammation. But the real secret here is called piezoelectricity. When you walk, the gentle impact with each step generates a small electrical charge in the bone. That charge signals the osteoblasts, the bone-forming cells, to build new tissue. You are literally giving your skeleton the electrical command to transform itself into a hard suit of armor. While running can break bones under excessive strain, walking systematically builds them up. Benefit number 2 is the decompression of the spine. Back pain is the absolute modern plague. High-impact sports make it worse. Sitting for long periods makes it worse. But walking is the ultimate remedy. Your spinal discs have no blood supply of their own. They function like small sponges. They only receive fresh nutrients when they are gently compressed and then released. Walking provides exactly this vital pumping effect. It circulates nutrients deep into the soft tissue of your spine. It automatically improves your posture and strengthens the back extensor muscles that keep you upright along the way. So you're not simply going from A to B. You're literally oiling the rusty hinges of your spine. The most important benefit, number 1, concerns your mind. It is a genuine chemical exorcism. The Journal of Psychiatric Research studied 50 people with severe depression. The result, 30 minutes of walking per day literally destroyed their symptoms. The mechanism is a powerful chemical flush of your brain. Walking burns cortisol, the stress hormone, while simultaneously releasing endorphins and the growth factor BDNF. Iowa State University found that walking measurably improved students' mood without them even actively trying to think positively. It is a total and brutal system reboot of your emotional state. You simply cannot remain in a state of depressive stagnation while your body is in constant forward motion. These two states are biologically incompatible. But before you go rushing out the door, listen to me for one more minute. Most people fail because they treat walking like an annoying chore or do it completely wrong. Don't wander around staring at your phone the entire time. That isn't walking. That's uncoordinated stumbling. And for the love of everything, don't wear completely flat shoes with no arch support, or you'll eventually destroy your foot arch. Don't treat this routine as optional either. If you only do it sporadically every few weeks, you will get absolutely zero health benefits. The real power lies in constant repetition, and that's exactly where the promised fit formula comes in. You've made it this far, so now I'm going to give you the exact blueprint. Starting today, you no longer just go for a stroll. You execute a precise protocol. This is the fit formula. It stands for frequency, intensity, and time. The first factor is frequency. This is absolutely non-negotiable. The ultimate goal is every single day. If you're still weak or out of shape at the start, begin with 3 to 5 times per week. And if in the beginning you can only manage 5 minutes, then you do 5 minutes. The important thing is that you do it often. You're reprogramming your cells this way, and for that they need a daily signal. The second factor is intensity. This is where people unfortunately get extremely lazy. A leisurely window shopping stroll is completely useless for cardiovascular change. you need to reach what's called the talk test zone. That means you should be moving fast enough that you could still speak, but you wouldn't really feel like having a full conversation. If you can still comfortably hum a song, you're walking too slowly. If you're gasping for air, you're walking too fast. Find exactly that sweet spot where your heart is noticeably working and engaged. The third factor is time. The magic number is 30 minutes in one go. That is exactly the threshold at which all the biological changes mentioned really start kicking in properly. Set yourself a goal of 6,000 steps per day as your solid baseline. Don't get immediately obsessed with the 10,000 step mark. Start with what you can realistically handle and build it up steadily from there. And now, one final important tip: drink a glass of water before you head out. A dehydrated engine stalls immediately. Next, apply the movement rule. Actively swing your arms. That engages your upper body and increases calorie burn by up to 10%. Finally, the habit rule: do it every day at exactly the same time. The morning is by far the most suitable time to perfectly reset your circadian rhythm and your internal clock. You now have the diagnosis of modern laziness. You've discovered the remedy. And now you also have the exact formula. The pharmaceutical companies hate this. The gym industry hates this because it is completely free, highly effective, and entirely within your own control. You can decide right now to let rust take over your joints, let your brain shrink and your bones dissolve. Or you can stand up right now, put your shoes on, and reclaim your biology one step at a time. Don't wait until tomorrow, because tomorrow is a lie. Start today. And don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel for more content like this.